Hi, howdy everyone. It has been a little while. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nicole and it is wonderful to talk to you again. Went a little MIA there for a minute, mostly just because, as I'm sure most of you are aware, 2020 was a bit of a difficult year. I then had 6 weeks off from school. I am a junior in college. I am currently working towards a foreign language and international economics degree. So it went from having classes 4 days a week to not having classes at all and having no schedule. And as someone who has depression, has been dealing with that for a long time, not having a schedule really messed with me and was not fun. So now that I'm feeling a little bit better, feeling more back in the loop, I just had a new semester start. And I also have cross-stitching to keep me really motivated. And I know that even just saying like from 12 to 1, I'm gonna sit down and cross-stitch has been super duper helpful to me. Also, watching everyone's whip parades is so enabling, number one, and it also makes me want to work more on projects that I see a lot of people doing, because one of my projects, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, is a very popular one in the cross-stitch community, as it should be. It is a wonderful, beautiful piece that is so much fun to stitch on. And if you don't know, if you somehow stumbled across this video, hi, this is a floss tube, which means that we just talk about cross-stitching here. I have a lot of new subscribers. Hi, welcome everyone. I'm sure everyone was watching a whole bunch of floss tube videos, because like I said, everyone was kind of doing their 2021 plans, which I will get into a little bit further on in the video and talk about what I want to do with my cross-stitching, my goals, how I'm going to reach them, those kinds of things. But it is a Friday. I just got done with class. I only have one class. It's at noon. It's from 12 to 12:50. And we learned about rocks, so exciting stuff. I also bought new pillows for my couch. I have a heated blanket in my lap. My desk looks great. I have a great view. It snowed, and I'm from Kentucky, which means like it snows maybe 6 times a year, and oftentimes it snows at night, and by the time you wake up in the morning, it's gone. So it has stuck around for a good day and a half now, so wonderful to see. But let's talk about, let me show you what I've worked on. So I have not talked to you since I think end of October, beginning of November. During that point, my parents both ended up contracting the virus. They're fine. They're both perfectly fine. It hit my dad harder than it hit my mom. She had very minimal symptoms. She wasn't even sure she had it until she lost her sense of smell and taste, which she described as very weird and kind of off-putting, and I'm sure it is. I and my sister were both lucky enough to be here. They stayed with me for about the 2.5, 3 weeks that, my dad was still sick. Both my parents were still off work. And they stayed here with me for that first week until we were sure that we didn't have it, and then they stayed with my grandparents for the rest of the time. And during that time, the reason I'm giving this big, long explanation is because I worked pretty diligently on my Heaven and Earth Designs, and Amy Stewart artwork that was charted by Heaven and Earth Designs called Heroes and Heroines. Those of you who have been on my channel for a while know that this has been with me since Floss Tube 1, and it was my pride and joy for a little while. It has shifted over to Once Upon a Fairy Tale, but I did work pretty heavily on this. I had 2 page finishes and a little bit of extra, just kind of weaving in some end threads. And I'm going to show you that now and talk about how I am working on this, because I am working on every single project a little bit differently, because you know how full coverage is. Sometimes you just want to complete a page, so you just go and finish it. Sometimes you want to work all over the place. Sometimes you want to color complete by page. Sometimes you want to go 10 by 10 squares. At least it is how it's for me. I don't know how it is for you, if I've got any other full coverage fanatics, as the group is called. How do you all stitch on your full coverage? Do you also switch around, or are you like surefire about one way? If you are, proud of you, good job. I am so indecisive. Anyways, I will go ahead and show you this. I will do a closer up. But yes, I have one full vignette over there, half of one done here, and then another half done down there. Part of the reason I wanted to film this video is because I do want to get back to working on this piece, but I'm not sure where I want to work. I think I want to go and finish the Romeo and Juliet scene. I think I do, because I think this page will be pretty easy to knock out. If you can see these red curtains, they extend almost all the way down that page. And there's only about 4 or 5 colors in that, and it would make it very easy for me to work 10 by 10, and just knock it out and just get it done, which I think would be pretty nice. And I have kind of been wanting to do that, just do 10 by 10 for a little while. But yeah, again, here is this, and I will bring it in a little bit closer. Also, you can see that I have stopped doing the border. I decided I don't like stitching it. It's boring, and I don't like the colors. It looks good on camera, I think. I think it looks pretty true to a frame. But in person, I don't like it. I also, if you can tell, I have about 6 lines over here where before I had Pattern Keeper, it was the first time I ever stitched on Heaven and Earth Design, was this piece right here. I read one of them wrong. There's a triangle that's tilted this way, and then there's a triangle that's tilted this way. One of those is a brown color, the other one is an orange. Well, this was supposed to be orange, and I did it all brown. All of it. It wasn't until I got down here to this book, which has the same color orange in it, that it was turning out brown, and I was like, this is weird. This is really weird. Maybe this is just how it's supposed to look. Maybe maybe the pictures are weird, and this is how Heaven and Earth has started. I'm sure it's fine. I get on the Facebook group, and I look up someone who's doing this, and it's supposed to be orange. I was using the wrong color. So I go back, and I take it all out, and I take out some of this, and then I get tired of ripping it because it's very confetti heavy up here. So ripping it would mean ripping all of it out. It was the first stitch I had done. Didn't want to do it. So I didn't. And then I decided that I really, really don't like stitching it. I kind of like how it looks, but not the biggest fan. So I'm just not going to do it. I'll just have them frame up to here. I'm sure it'll be fine. And if it's not, I guess I'll have to go back and do it. But I really don't want to, so I hope that I can get it framed that close to the edge. I think I can, but we'll have to see. We'll see how it goes. I will take it to someone who frames cross-stitch so that they will understand what I mean and say, I just didn't want to frame. I just didn't want to do all that border. But yes, I am over halfway on both of these edges. So I have 3.5 pages to the bottom of this, and then I have, I think, 5 pages to the side of this. And I kind of want to do that. I just had a package delivered, which is funny because of course, all of us floss tubers are generally kind of shopaholics, especially when it comes to cross stitch stuff. But yes, this is this piece. So a goal for this piece, I want to get at least 5 pages done on this piece this year. This piece has 72 pages. I already have, I believe, 9 done. If I can get to 14, that puts me on a pretty good speed in 2 years. That is approximately 7 pages a year right now, which would mean that in another 8 years, it will be done. In 8 years, I will be 28. I would love to get this piece done at 28. 28 is my favorite number. I would like to have it done by then. And that is, of course, my minimum goal. I can usually, if I sit down and work on a piece, I can get a page done in a week. So me picking 5 months out of the year to just sit down and work on this piece for a week sounds easy enough to me at this moment. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if I even really like counting in pages by the end of this year. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a stitch count. I don't know. So we'll see how that works out. I also reached over 15% on this piece, so that's exciting. Yeah, but I will show it one more time because I have been rambling on about this piece for a little while, and there we are. I have 3 other HAEDs in progress, but I really don't think I stitched on them at all in the past 2 months. Okay. So I did not pull them out to show you because there's only one where you really get to see anything. The other 2 are just kind of black that I've just been stitching, so not the best to show. But here is my pride and joy for right now, and there's a chance that I'm to scoot back. I'm not sure. I do have a new setup. I bought super cheap a little extendable arm. Looks kind of like a selfie stick. Those of you who remember that, I'm sure. But it kind of is an extendable, so I could put it at the back of my desk, and now you can see more of the room and more of me, so hopefully I don't have to... Oh, it's so bright outside right now because of the snow. But there's a chance that I'm going to have to move back. So if I have to move back, I'm going to. So, I cannot see. I hope you can see everything. But here is Once Upon a Time, charted by Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Amy Stewart. I will bring you in closer and show you what I've gotten done since my last update video. So my last update video, I got this page done. So that is the top left hand side of the piece. Yes, top left hand side. I have gotten these 2 pages right here done. So I'm missing a page right here that I did not do. I completed this vignette. It is completely finished. Not my favorite, I'm gonna be honest. I like how it looks on camera. I do. I really like how it looks on camera, but in person, not the biggest fan of it. I think this or the castle is gonna be one of my favorites. Mainly because in the picture, this was not one of my favorite parts. The castle was not one of my favorite parts. I was like, I kind of like it, but it's another one. But in person, the detail is wonderful. I also really like the pinkish, purpley pages, because of course I do. I love pink and purple, some of my favorite colors to stitch with. And then, just today, I finished this page down here with the boat. If you can see that, I think you can. Yes, that was also completed today. And I don't know if you all got to see this last time, but I was working down in this kind of yellowy section with the gold. There's a dragon with a man and a gold pile, and I finished a little man. Don't know if I showed you that last time. I have a feeling I didn't, because I think I remember when I did that, and I think it was in December, either November or December. But if I did, I think he's cool and cute. And I think I'm gonna go work on this yellow page. These 2 pages right here, there are 2 pages between this book and here. I think I might finish those because they're already only half pages, and I already have half of the half page done. In the case of the book, I have like a 3/4 of that page done, so I might just go through and just knock that out this weekend. We'll see how much stitching time I have. It really depends on a few different things. But goal for this piece. This is ambitious, but I really super duper want to get 50% of this piece done. I know, that is a lot of work. That's why my other goal was so low. But this, here's Brew. He is my cat. He is 3 years old. He's a big fan of online school because he gets to hang out with me. He's a big sweetie pie, and he always loves hopping on my cross stitch when I'm filming. When I'm not filming, he generally, goodness gracious, he generally does not bother with my cross stitch. But if I'm in this chair and I'm talking to someone, it means that he needs to come talk to me. But I'm gonna let him down because he's gonna get rowdy. But yeah, I've had him since July of 2019, so this will be our 2 years together this July. Anyways, I want to get 50% of this piece done. Hey, baby. Oh. That is a big goal. That is a huge goal. That would be 50% of a piece in 1.5 years, which is a lot, especially for Amy Stewart Designs, Heaven and Earth. Those pieces, I think that one is also 72 pages, but you have to remember about 15 of those, roughly, are, hey baby, he's purring. I don't think you can hear him, but he's purring. About 10 or 15 of those are probably half pages. I think I've almost got all the half pages done because of course you work on the half pages first. And I would really like to get there. I'm 21%, and I started that piece in April, about midway through April. I think it might have been early April. But I really think that I can work on that much because I have gone through multiple points this year where I haven't stitched. There have been entire weeks where I just haven't picked it up. And I'm feeling motivated because I am at, I think, 22%. I haven't really looked. I noticed when I hit 20%. I think I'm at 22% according to Pattern Keeper. Oh, how I've been stitching on that piece. I was going to talk about that. I have currently been doing color completion by page. Oh, sorry, baby. Poked him in the eye because I was talking with my hands and put his face in my hand. I have been doing color completion by page. That is really quick. It is, at least for me, sorry, my nose is running. Color completion by page, super quick. I can stitch super effectively. The only thing about that is that it's kind of boring. Kind of puts me to sleep a little bit. Because the thing that I love about Heaven and Earth Designs, which is why I'm currently monogamously stitching, monogamous is a weird word here, I'm currently only stitching HAEDs, Heaven and Earth Designs, is because of the color changes, because it keeps my brain dialed into something. It keeps it changing and switching and, you know, constantly thinking about, oh, what's next, what's next? Ooh, this is fun. When I do just one color, I'm more prone to make mistakes because I'm not paying as much attention. I am also getting kind of tired and sleepy when I've stitched, which isn't the best because it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm tired and I want to take a nap. I don't want to do that, which means that I put my stitching down for like 2 hours and just like get on my phone, which is the whole reason I cross stitch, is so that I'm not staring at my phone, because I had gotten a lot of eye strain because of course doing school online means that I'm staring at a lecturer online. I'm squinting my eyes, watching them do the lecture, everything, like taking notes, everything back and forth. So I'm trying not to stare at screens as much. Yes, I use Pattern Keeper, but I don't stare at it oftentimes. Like I'll memorize what like a block looks like and then I'll stitch it. You know, I'm not staring at a screen as much. So I'm really, really trying to do that more. It has been helpful, but I want to get better. I want to do better. So I think I'm going to not do color completion by page anymore. I think I'm going to go back to lowest right corner, stitch for a string, go back down, stitch for a string, stitch for a string, so that I am switching. So I am switching. If I'm like in the car or something and I know I'm going somewhere, I'll just take the one color, finish that color out, do that. That's simplest for me. But I do think that I'm going to be a little more conscious of how I'm stitching, what I'm doing. I think I'm going to try to track that a little bit better, just so that I can figure out, like, if I'm in a certain mood, it's okay to switch. If I want to go do 10 by 10 squares for a little while, that's fine. And then if I get tired of that and I want to do color completion by page, I can do that. If I want to go through and stop color completion by page and do something else, I can do that. And I think I just need to tell myself that it's okay to do whatever you want. It's my piece. No one's ever going to look at a section and be like, oh, that was the section you did the color completion. I can tell. At least by looking at the front. Looking at the back, yeah, you can maybe tell. But my back's not going to be framed. Because I don't really care as much, as long as there aren't knots and things. And if there are, I just snip those out and ensure that I get the ends of that knot tied back into the back. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. I'm getting a little winded from talking so much. But I am excited to continue cross-stitching. I am going to make it a resolution this year. I am starting another bullet journal. I decided, I used to do this all the time because my planner that I have for the year is pretty big. I like the happy planners, which are pretty heavy, so I would not be able to walk with them to campus, because I would walk about 1.5 miles to campus and 1.5 miles back to my car every day. So that's about 3 miles every day of just walking to and from campus, not including walking between classes. So I would cut down on as much weight in my bag as possible. So I would carry my bullet journal around. Bullet journaling is also a way just to be kind of artsy and, you know, track whatever I want to, rewrite things. So I would plan a week in my happy planner and then write that down in my bullet journal, like every night before I went to bed. Every night before I would go to bed, I would sit down, I would say, okay, these are the things I need to get done. It also let me be like, I need to do the dishes today. So I would put that in my bullet journal, not in my planner. But I kind of let that go once quarantine started because I didn't have as much things to plan. And I wasn't writing down, take a shower, which I talked to my therapist about, and we said that maybe I should do that. Maybe just doing those kinds of things that I can just check off, simple little things. So I would like to keep a tab of cross-stitching, how much I stitch. I think keeping tabulations of that would be, first of all, interesting to talk about on here. I think it would be good to have so that I can tell you all how much I stitch. But it also is going to be a thing to push me towards making sure that I make a video. Because I have fun making them and I like putting them out. I like talking to you all. I like getting comments. I love how much this community has grown, how many people there are, how many diverse and wonderful voices we have in this little community. And I would like to take part in that. I would like to make sure that I'm answering comments, to interact with other people who are subscribed to me, those kinds of things. So I'm going to try to keep track of that. And I would like to keep track of those kinds of things so that I am committed to this channel, and stop taking these weird 3-month break, coming back for 3 videos and then disappearing again. So I think that is my plan. I will be setting up that bullet journal today when my the journal that I bought arrives, and I'm excited. I will talk to you all within the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna do it. Not making any promises, but I'm gonna do it. I'm making a commitment to myself to do it, a commitment to you, and I'm excited to see you all and to talk again in a little bit. Bye y'all, happy stitching, have a great week.